What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm here bringing you another gameplay commentary. One of the things I want to talk about today is patience. You'll find in many scenarios that people neglect patience. Let's go and look about everyday lives. For example, how many of you have gotten mad when a web page didn't load at the speed that you wanted it to load? Then again, how many times have you gotten mad because you had to stand in line at Walmart, or maybe if somebody had 12 items instead of 10 in the fast checkout line? These are all examples of being impatient. And patience is the actual number one well, it's not a virtue, I'm sorry, I almost misquoted myself there. Patience is a skill, not a virtue. And patience is the number one skill and is the backbone of most successful leaders. Why should you be patient? Well, there's a couple reasons you should be patient. One, it lowers your stress level. It makes you not get gray hair. It actually makes you live longer, and it makes you lead a healthier, happier life. In this day and age, people are so obsessed with being in a hurry. iPods, Wi-Fi internet, quick goes, McDonald's, drive-thrus. Everything in society now is driven to the point where you no longer have to be patient in anything. And with this kind of mentality, it kind of changes industries as we know it. Let's see, for example, how are movies nowadays? When's the last time you've seen a really, really good movie that had good dialogue that you remember? What's an example of a good movie with dialogue that you remember? Pulp Fiction would be a good example. How come Pulp Fiction, more people didn't copycat that kind of formula with really good dialogue? Well, it's because most people are too impatient to enjoy good dialogue. They want to see the plot, they want it force-fed to them, and they want the action right away. It's understandable, but the fact is, it's taken away from everybody else that has patience. Since more people are being brung up with this iPod Touch, instant gratification, less and less people get to enjoy what they used to enjoy back in the day. When I was growing up, we had load times. Obviously, there's still load times in video games nowadays, but it's nothing like it used to be. Load times on some games. One of the games I remember really, really well for having an extraordinary load time was Diablo on the PSX. Diablo would take around 2 minutes to load each level, and that would pretty much have people going up the walls nowadays. But me, it never really bothered me. One of the things I found that patience helps me out with, other than Call of Duty, because I'm a very patient player in Call of Duty, because I wait for people to make mistakes, is it also helped me out in my work life. When I was working a job I didn't want to be at or didn't do, the fact is I could rely on my ability to be patient and get me through it, because me worrying about when the time's going to end or when I'm getting to go home is actually hindering my ability to work, my performance, and it makes it seem like I'm there longer. Have you ever seen the point where you watch a clock? Does a minute not seem like an hour when you watch a clock? But when you're like getting ready because you have to go to school and you want more time, the time just melds away. Same effect here. And people ask me, Wings, how can you sit there and camp in Call of Duty so much? How can you play 10-minute TDMs? Well, I don't enjoy 10-minute TDMs no more than the next man. But the fact is, when I'm playing 10-minute TDMs, I am so concentrated on, maximizing the objective, maximizing the kill death spread, that 10 minutes seems like 3 minutes to me. And it's more of a letdown than it is, a hindrance. It's like, man, that's a 10-minute gameplay. Nobody will want to watch that. And I know nobody will want to watch that because, one, people are lacking the skill of patience. I mean, if you don't believe me, look right here. Patience takes skill. Someone once said that anger is like drinking poison and hoping your enemy will die. Impatience is similarly ridiculous. You're in a rush. A salesperson is moving in slow motion and you're ready to kill. The problem is that the person you're torturing is your own pitiful self. Your nerves are shredding, your stress hormones are streaking throughout your body, and your heart is racing with scenarios of tragedies that will ensure from being late. There's more to this article, but it goes to the same thing. Like, all you're doing by being impatient is basically hindering yourself That article's by CNN, by the way. So I figured I'd put that up there because it's a more credible source of information than me. But but it's right. I mean, patience is self-destructive. I mean, not. I'm sorry. Being impatient is self-destructive, and I think it's a skill that a lot of people need to learn. And the main reason I'm saying this is because people complain about me all the time. They use the term camping when I don't really camp. I mean, like, camping would be sitting in a corner aiming down sight. And there was a time in this gameplay where I sat in an area for a while, but that was because everybody was up on top of me in the mall, and I was sitting there waiting for them to present themselves or waiting for a route to open so I could kill them effectively without getting gunned down. And in the long run, guess what? Close game. I actually helped my team win this game. Look at the score now. We're up by 8 kills. If I'd have got gunned down in that mall instead of waited there under in that cafeteria area and got those kills I got, would we have won? Maybe, maybe not. But it's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. As always, if you could, please leave a rating. It helps me tremendously. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Peace.